Hello everybody, my name is Enamai Gaiva, a teacher, a trainer and a life coach. Now with what is going on right now with the COVID-19 and the corona, there will be some changes in life. We are looking at how to thrive during a time of change. As we all know, change normally leads to crisis, because when the change is not positive, when it's not a positive change, it's a negative change, it normally leads to crisis. Now, in the last class, I was able to establish that change is inevitable. Change is one thing in life that is constant. The same way the times and the seasons cannot be changed, the same way you cannot control the times and the season, the same way you cannot stop change. Change is inevitable. We're able to look at the Bible in Ecclesiastes 3:1-4, where it talks about there's a time for everything, a time to cry, a time to mourn, a time to be joyful, and everything. So we're just looking generally as a topic on how to thrive during crisis. Now, I would like to start by telling you a story about the eagle, which I know most of you've heard, or someone has told you about it before. Now, when the eagle is faced with a storm, the first thing you need to notice is that the eagle anticipates the storm. It is prepared for the storm. And the moment the eagle sees the storm, it flies to the highest point it can get to near the storm. The moment the storm starts and it gets to where the eagle is, the eagle flies into the storm, and the storm acts as a lift for the eagle, and the eagle flies above the storm. This is how we should be prepared towards change. This is how we should expect change. The eagle expects a change. The weather will change, things around it will change because of the storm that is coming. But the eagle does not run away from the storm. Rather, it flies into the storm and uses the storm to his advantage. At the point the eagle is above the storm, it's no more flying with its own wings. It's only gliding. It uses the storm to propel itself. It makes its life easy with the use of the storm. And this is how we should see change. Change, if you look at it as a positive, you can use it to make your life easy. A crisis that the world is going through right now. I said in the last time we spoke that during the financial crisis of 2008, immediately after it, we saw an explosion of millionaires and billionaires. Why? Because a lot of people started their business immediately after that time. Their lives were changed. Their lives were changed. So don't look at this crisis as a point where I have to commit suicide, all hope is lost. No, the sky is not falling yet. The sky is not falling yet. So today, quickly, we're just going to look at a topic in continuation of what to do in the time of change or crisis. We're going to look at how to react during change or crisis. How to react during change or crisis. And the starting point for this is to expect change. Expect the change. In the story I just told you of the eagle expects the storm. So the same way at this point in time, you need to expect that some things will change in your life. Some people will lose their jobs. Some people will lose their businesses. Some people will lose their marriages. So many things can happen. Some people's health will be threatened. Some people will lose their health. But expect the change. Know that this change is coming. Because when you expect something, you start to prepare towards it. You start to make your plans. That's what the eagle does. He makes his plan on how to react to the storm. So the crisis or the change in the storm does not take it by surprise. So you need to expect the change. At this point, I think I need to tell you some of the things that happen during a crisis. Yes, I think we need to discuss some of the things to expect, because I'm telling you to expect a change. So what are those things you need to expect? I'll mention some of them. Now, this list is not exhaustive. There are still some other things that will happen during the crisis, but these are some of the things to expect during the crisis. Number one thing is that there will be a high rate of depression. A lot of people will feel helpless. A lot of people will feel depressed. A lot of people will feel despair with all what is happening around them. There will be a lot of depression. a lot of people will feel downcasted. A lot of people will feel like if all hope is lost. And this leads me to the number two thing that happens during a crisis, which is there will be a high rise or a high rate of suicide. Because when man sees no hope, when man sees no way out, what they start to do is they think that the only way out is to take their life. This is not the only way out. Yes, you might feel despair. Yes, you might feel helpless. And that's why I keep preaching or I keep speaking about love. This is the time we need to show love unto others. Whatever you have that you can share with others, give unto them. A single dollar can change someone's life right now. So what do? You need to show love right now to help people, because people are despair, and you need to understand that people are sad, people are going through a lot. So people need encouragement at a time like this. Another thing that happens during a crisis is that there's domestic fallout. A lot of marriages will be broken, a lot of couples will have fights, a lot of the divorce rate will go up, brothers and sisters will fight each other because people are sad, people are despaired. So you need to understand this. Put yourself in their position. Someone just lost their job. They don't see a source of income to feed their children. They are going through so many things. They get home, the wife is complaining there's no food on the table. What does he do? He's losing his mind. So in this time, we need to understand. Parents, men start to abuse their children. Children get abused, get beaten. This is what happens during a crisis. Another thing is there's a high rise in the crime rate. People start getting involved in criminal activities because they don't see a way out. So they involve themselves in antisocial activities. Things they've never done before. They start to steal. They start to kill. Just to earn a living, just to eat. This is what happens during the crisis. There will be high use of drugs, drug abuse, and other drug-related activities. People, want to escape the problem that is all around them. They just want to get out. They just want to free themselves. And what do? They run into drugs. They run into alcohol. They run into different things. Start using different substances just to get a high, to feel good. This is one of the things that happen during the crisis. People lose integrity. There's no more honesty. You cannot take a man for his word anymore. People lie. People do anything to make their business move. People cheat each other. These are the things you see in the crisis. There's high rise in prostitution. When the men and the ladies don't see a way out, they start to use their body just to make an income. They've lost their jobs. They've been sent home on unpaid leave. They have no source of income, and then someone comes along with an offer. They will take it. There's a high rise in prostitution. There's sickness. There's malnutrition. These are things you should expect in the crisis. I'm telling you this, not to cause a fear, but so you know that this is what you need to expect in the coming months. Because after Corona is over, there will be a financial crisis. It's inevitable. Okay, even if it doesn't happen immediately after, it will still come. So be prepared. Be prepared. There is lack of trust for people. People start to lock their doors. People start to buy guns. People don't want visitors. They don't want people to come and say hello to them. This is what we see. A lot of distrust. And then don't turn to your politicians at this time, because politicians they themselves will not have a solution. They themselves will not know a way out. They themselves will be turning on each other, blaming this other politician for what happened, blaming the past government, blaming the federal government, blaming the state government. And this is what goes on. There will be fallout in the whole system. But in all this, be prepared. Because there's a positive side to every change. As Sun Tzu said, in every chaos comes opportunity. In chaos, there is always opportunity. So in crisis, there is an opportunity. There is a way out. So, because of time, we'll continue this. How to react during a change or crisis. I've told you today those things that happen during a crisis. But now, how do I react to those things that happen? So please subscribe to our YouTube channel on Liteup Coaching, LITEUP Coaching. Follow us on Instagram, on Facebook. like, share, and comment on our videos. Be prepared for what is coming. Don't worry, you will get to the top, and I will be there waiting for you at the top during this crisis. Do have a blessed day. My name is Enoma Egariva.